Hey Kevin, you're wearing a shirt. You got a problem with heat distortion?
Well, I get pretty distorted on a regular basis, actually. No, it's actually cooling off a little bit here in Arizona, so it's kind of comfortable to put a long sleeve shirt on for once. Heat distortion, good topic. Get questions about it every now and again. How do I stop it? How do I combat it? How do I correct it? So one of the ways I use, or one of the tools that I use to kind of cheat heat distortion, if you will, is pulse. Pulse on the TIG welder, or on your MIG welder sometimes, if that'll do it also. So what I've got here is just some 16 gauge mild steel. Got it clamped down to my 1-inch thick workbench, so there's no distortion there. Couple of 1-inch square tubes so I can clamp the whole length of my piece of steel down. Leave enough room inside there. I can get my torch through there. I can get my filler rod in. I can feed it. So I thought, let's fire up the machine over here. Let's weld about halfway, just regular old TIG welding, and then we'll stop. I'll turn the pulse on, and we'll weld it the rest of the way with pulse, and then take it loose, and we'll see did one side warp more than the other. Does pulse actually help or not? So running the Everlast PowerTIG 255 EXT. So let me go fire that up. I'm going to dial in about 80 amps, I guess, for this 16 gauge. Let's start off with that. Get a tack at the top, tack at the bottom, and then we'll run an 80 amp bead up here. Switch it just to pulse. Don't change the amperage at all. Dial up some pulse on it, run it the rest of the way, see how it comes out. So let me get a tack in there, top and the bottom. I'll even get one right in the middle where I put that little mark in with a pencil. I'll get a tack right there too. Okay, let's run a bead up here. So 80 amps, no pulse, mild steel. Boy, that's a long weld. Yeah, a little junk on there somewhere. That's my fault. So I got pulse time set at 50%. I got pulse amperage down at 39% of 80 amps, and the pulse frequency is set at 3 hertz. So let's run the rest of it. Well, certainly not the best welding in the world. More practice. But let's get these clamps off. We'll see how well it did or didn't do. This is the end that I did with no pulse. So a little bit of a warp with no pulse. Looks pretty darn flat with the pulse. So there's another little trick you can use. Stop heat distortion while you're welding. If your machine has pulse in it, go ahead and turn your pulse on. Helps make things, keeps things a little bit calmer, a little bit smoother, a little bit flatter. I'm going to clean this up and go to work. You guys are going to pop out to Facebook and like me out there, and I'll see you next time. So let me fire up the